Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be making shepherd's pie filled with veggies, and we're going to be using tempeh as a meat substitute. So let's get this started, alright? So here we are. I got some potatoes. I'm going to put all the portions in the comments, alright? So I got some potatoes that I boiled until they were tender. I used red skin potatoes. Use pretty much any potatoes. I think the Idaho potatoes are a lot starchier. Then my version of all of this, I like adding nutritional yeast. A lot of people don't think about using nutritional yeast as a condiment. They think it's just cheesy, but it also has a nice nutty flavor to it. So I enjoy using it for a lot of my recipes. I'm going to use soy milk. You can use unsweetened soy milk, or you can use whatever unsweetened nut milk you want. I got vegan butter. I'm using Earth Balance. You know, I don't really, anyway, I'll keep my comments to myself, but anyway. Earth Balance butter. And Vegan Mayo. I like Veganese or just mayo. So those are my two favorites. You can use whatever vegan mayo you want. The reason I use the vegan mayo is when you put this to bake, it gives you a real beautiful brown crust. Just mash everything up, you know, nice and creamy, or to your liking, and that's it. So blend this up really well, and of course a little bit of salt to taste. Don't forget you got the butter and the mayo in there, so take it easy on the salt. Just put a little bit. That's it. We'll whip this up real quick until it's nice and creamy, and we'll get started on the filling. Alright, so let me mix this up and I'll be right back. So we're back. I just want to show you the potatoes real quick. See, I don't make it 100% creamy. If that's your thing, go right ahead and do it. But I like leaving little tiny lumps in it. I think when you bake it, it looks cute. So here I have a nonstick pan. Before I proceed, I want to explain what I did here. This is the tempeh. Okay? I know not many people know what this is. Think about this, but I get the 3-grain organic tempeh. Make sure it's organic because it's soy. It's just a fermented soybean. This one's 3-grain. I think it's got rice, barley, and millet, and soy. Okay. So what you do with this, what I do is, I take the tempeh, take it out of the wrapper, and I steam it for about 20 minutes. What the steaming does, it takes away the bitterness, because tempeh can be really bitter if you don't steam it, and that's why a lot of people steer away from it. Okay. So what I do is I steam it, I let it get cold, and once I let it get cold, I crumble it in the food processor. It almost looks like ground beef. I know some people out there in the vegan world don't have access to a lot of the fancy vegan meats that they have out there. So, oddly enough, I also do this with cauliflower. I take the cauliflower, but I don't steam it. I just take it raw and I just grind it up like crumbles, and I use it as a meat substitute also. So just a FYI. I have a nonstick skillet, so I'm going to go ahead and just dry this out for a little bit. If you don't, add oil to it. If not, it'll stick. And what I'm doing here is just drying it out a little bit, just a couple minutes, just about a minute or so. So let me dry it out, and I'll be right back. So here we are. It's I had it on medium low for about 5 minutes. You see how it's just sitting really. It's got a nice little like brownish, not like a nutty color. So once you get to that, add your. I have a Italian seasoning and paprika here, about a tablespoon of each. smoked paprika, I should say that. The smoked paprika will give it color and it'll give it flavor. So just let that bloom for about a second or so. At this point, if you need to add a little bit of oil, add it. If you need to add a little bit of oil, add it. I'm trying to make this oil free because I got tons of oil in the potatoes. So add a little bit just to get the cooking started. I have 3 garlic cloves. I'm pressing it. Sorry, I should have pressed this beforehand, but anyway, no big deal. So let's get this going here. Then I'm going to add red wine. You can use red cooking wine. I like using Greenfin because it's 100% vegan, the entire line, and you can get this at Trader Joe's if you have it. If you don't have a Trader Joe's, there's a lot of vegan wines out there. I go to barnivore.com. They will tell you what liquor, wine, beer, any type of liquor. You can look it up on there and see if it's vegan. All right. So I'm lucky to have a Trader Joe's, so I don't have to go through all the research and all that. But anyway, a lot of the regular wines they add gelatin or they process it through the fish bladder to isolate the proteins. So you're gonna add a half a cup of red wine or just cooking wine. Make sure if you're going to use regular wine, make sure it's the wine that you enjoy drinking. I enjoy this wine very much. I'm going to add carrots. That's 2 sticks of carrots. 3 stalks of celery. 6 scallop mushrooms. Just cut them to whatever size you want. The mushrooms give it a nice meaty texture also. And a little bit of salt to flavor. Then I'm adding the veggie bouillon. I recommend that you add a veggie bouillon to this and don't use veggie stock. Or you can use veggie stock, but it's going to be really watery, so you're going to have to add it as you go. So 1 veggie bouillon. I guess you can use veggie stock, so like right now I'm going to add a little bit of water to this. That's mainly because I'm not using oil, so you don't have to cook this 100%. This is going in the oven, so you don't have to go crazy with the, with all the overcooking. This will finish cooking in the oven anyway. So. Taste for salt. To me, it needs a little more salt. Cracked pepper to taste. Some vegan sugar, just to counteract a little bit the bitterness of the tempeh. It's not really bitter, but it still has a little bite to it. So I just add like a tablespoon of sugar. Make sure your sugars are organic or vegan certified, or use maple syrup or agave nectar or coconut syrup or brown rice syrup, any type of sweetener you want. Just make sure it's vegan. Taste it. Really good. So, peas. I'm using frozen peas. They just happened to thaw out a little bit while I was cutting everything up. So. Let me cook this down for about 5 minutes and then we'll add the tomato paste. I'll be right back. So we're back. It's been about 5 minutes. Guys, you can add any veggies you want to this. I've done it with green beans. I've done it with just an assortment of veggies, corn, whatever you want. So I'm going to add my tomato paste. This will thicken it up. Did reduce quite a bit, so I'm going to add just a little bit of water. If you're using veggie broth, you can use veggie broth. But I use the veggie bouillon, so there's no need for that. In the meantime, I heated my oven to 380 degrees, and I have a 9x13 baking dish, or a 2-quart, however you want to call it, 9x13 or a 2-quart baking dish. There, this is done. Tomato paste is completely dissolved, and see, here we are. All that awesomeness in that dish there. It's still really hot. Pack everything down. Here we are. Throw your mashed potatoes in it. You're gonna need right doing it with 2 because this does get a little bit. Potatoes are very just little dollops here and there, and then I smear it on the top because it can be quite challenging sometimes. You probably can make a nice big mess with this. Almost there. Take a little bit just to fill in the little gaps in case you have any gaps. And the mayo and the butter that you put in the potatoes will give this an amazing color when it bakes. Look at that nice brownish color on the top. Last bit, put it in this little corner. Any spots you see, just fill it in. Here. Want to get fancy? You can take a fork, make little designs on the top. Honestly, I'm not in the mood for that today. I'm just gonna put it just the way it is. But you could take a knife or a fork and you can score little designs on the top, or there we are. My impeccably clean finger, because I want to make sure it's all, there's no gaps in there. Okay. So here we are. This is what it looks like. Okay, 380 degrees, about 20 minutes, anywhere 15 to 20 minutes. You start seeing a nice beautiful golden crust on the top. That's when we pop it out, alright? I'll be back shortly to show you when it's done. Okay. It's not done. But I wanted to make a quick statement here. This does make a mess. I recommend you using a cookie sheet or some type of sheet that when it spills over, it will not mess everything in your oven. So put it on a cookie sheet, any type of pan that's oven proof. Put it on there, because if not, you're going to have a mess. It will pour over in the sides. So FYI, that's why I came back to tell you, right? So Now, when I come back, I'll show you when it comes out of the oven. So here we are 20 minutes later. I finished baking. I want to show you. If you don't put that dish on the bottom, it will make a mess. You see? So, look at the beautiful color it's got on the top. So, I'm going to let this sit about 20 minutes. So it can get nice and firm, and we'll cut it up and I'll show you the end product when it's served. So I'll be back in about 20 minutes. 15-20 minutes. Bye. So we're back. Here we are. I want to show you the end product. I'm going to serve mine with an arugula salad, fresh arugula from my garden. And here you are. Beautiful green salad. I don't know if you can see the layers of the tempeh and the carrots and all the deliciousness that's in there. And I just got a simple arugula salad with a balsamic dressing that I make with some fresh purple radishes. And I hope you guys enjoy this as much as I do. From my kitchen to your kitchen, enjoy. Thanks for tuning in. Take care, everyone. Bye.